You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Bockshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully.
Hello, it's Wednesday, December the 11th, 2024. You're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, and this is going to be a proper excuse podcast because I genuinely planned to write today and my brain just couldn't get into it. It's really annoying. Because today was the day I didn't have an awful lot to do, and that was my plan. And my brain, when I woke up, and my brain, to be honest with you, it just didn't want to be around people. My local bookshop had this event on tonight, and I really didn't want to go. I pushed myself and made myself, and actually I really enjoyed it once I got there. But I'm really glad I didn't let my brain win and not go. So what they did was an event called... I believe it's a Scandinavian thing called Jolabokaflod, and I believe they exchange books on Christmas Eve and drink hot chocolate and stuff like that. So their version of that was held today. Up to 60 people went. You had to buy event tickets, so they weren't ludicrously expensive. But for that ticket, you get a book. And what they did basically is all the 60 people that went had to select a book that they really liked. They all get wrapped up and put on a shelf in the bookshop. And then basically when you arrive on the night, you get a sticker with your name on it. And then you go and pick a book off the bookshelf. You don't know what it is. They're wrapped up in wrapping paper. All you have to do, but they have got a label on them to say who selected them. And they only ask is that you don't pick up the book with your name on it, because obviously you know what it is. And the whole point is to get something random. So, and it was interesting because my choice that I nominated was a book by Murakami called Norwegian Wood. And unfortunately, I went into the shop a couple of weeks ago and they said, "Look, really sorry to do this to you. Somebody else has selected Norwegian Wood. You did do it first, but they're not responding to my communications to ask them to select another one. Would you mind terribly if you selected another book?" And I'm fine with that. It took me a moment to decide, because the thing about Norwegian Wood is I've read it a lot and I've read it recently and it is one of my favourite books. And what I wanted was something similar in that something I didn't need to read again before the book event, but something that somebody could come up to me and ask me why I'd chosen it. And a couple went through my head. So I thought of Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, because I think it's a wonderful book. I do think it has something valuable and important to say about the subject of homelessness, particularly in large cities. However, if you know what's going on with Neil Gaiman at the moment, you'll know that I don't feel I should be supporting him until that is cleared up. If he's found not guilty, then fair enough. But whilst there's a little bit doubt about his conduct, I don't feel I should support him, which is a real shame because it's a cracking book. So I ended up choosing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. It's a bit of an easy fallback choice, to be honest, because I do love it and I can talk about it, but I was thinking about it. It's the kind of book that you either, if you want to read it, you probably already have. And so somebody who's picking up and getting it as a random present might not be that interested. Now, the reason we were wearing name badges is because the idea was that you should go and talk to, if you wanted to, you can go and talk to the other person about the book they chose. And nobody came and talked to me about mine. And mine, to be honest with you, I never found the author never found the person who chose the book that I picked up. I can't even remember what it is. It's not something I would personally have ever chosen, but then for me, that's the whole point of this kind of thing. And I can't even tell you what it is because it's downstairs, which is terrible, I know. But to me, that's the whole point of this kind of thing, is that it is something I wouldn't have normally picked up. So I will hopefully enjoy reading it. So you had the book swappy thing. And then there was also a voucher there's a hot chocolate maker I think they're in our town. There's a hot chocolate maker locally anyway. And they were actually making fresh, lovely hot chocolate upstairs. And I had a couple of mince pies with mine, which were there to buy. Chatted with a couple of people in the book club, one of the book clubs that I go to regularly through that shop as well. And then it was downstairs to do a quiz. And I got to the group you had to have either 3 or 4 in the team, and I got to the group just at the wrong time, and there were already 4 people in it. But I got pushed onto that sounds awful. They were lovely, the people I was in the team with. There were 4 of us, and we actually came second. We called our teams Thinly Red, which is I think it's an Eddie Izzard reference, and I wasn't particularly useful because there were general knowledge questions, and the only one that I got in the general knowledge questions, it was about 2024, was what kind of summer did we have if we were fans of Charlie XCX. Obviously, the answer was a Brat summer. I am aware of that. But most of the others I didn't get. I think there were 6 rounds in total. There was a lyrics one where they quoted some lyrics, not sung, quoted some lyrics for a song, and you had to guess which song. Well, you had to say which song, artist, and lost train of thought. It was song title and artist. So that was one round. There was Christmas books round. We did all right with that. Did terrible in the lyrics round. I think we only got half of them. There was the picture round, and what it was pictures from films, and you had to you had to say what the film was called and who was the author of the book that it was based on. And this was the one I did quite well in. So I got Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl, Paddington 2 based on a book by Michael Bond. What else did I get? I got Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. There's a couple more that I got. There's a total of 6 rounds. I said the team I'm in came second, and it was just an awful lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. But now I've got to go to bed early because I've got to get up at 4:30 in the morning for my flights tomorrow. And I'm just feeling a bit weird and a bit down. And I enjoyed this evening, otherwise I'd be feeling utterly wretched at this point. But yeah, it's just my brain overthinking and doing its usual bollocks. Never mind. Anyway, so flying tomorrow, I'll be reporting back from Manchester again, actually, because if all goes to plan, I'll be flying to Glasgow and back, and then up to Manchester for a night stop, and then on the day after that, back from Manchester, and then Zurich and back, and then I get a single day off, and then off to Phoenix. Anyway, that'll do for me talking today. I will see you, or talk to you, hopefully, from Manchester, if things go to plan, tomorrow. Take care, bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.